That was Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA off the album Planet Her. Planet Her comes in at 14 songs,
Mm.
44 minutes long. It was released on June 25th, 2021.
React.
No, take it away, man. You said you got a lot to say.
I do have a lot to say. Um, Now everyone who know, if you know me, you know how I feel about Doja Cat, man. You know how I feel about Doja Cat. The first time I heard Hot Pink, I couldn't believe it. I didn't expect her to be an album artist. She completely proved me wrong with Hot Pink, man. And ever since then, I said, whatever Doja Cat releases, I'm here. I'm here, front and like as soon as she releases it, I'm gonna listen. So when I saw that she was getting ready to drop Planet Her, I was excited. Um, I had very high expectations. She released Kiss Me More, I would say a couple months ago, maybe a month ago. And I said, yeah, okay, I'm really excited. Like she's about to go crazy. Um, I think the point when I was downloading the album, the one thing that I noticed is that Apple Music had it under pop. And I remember as I was downloading it thinking, Apple are tapped because me who's been listening to Doja Cat for all this time, I wouldn't put her under the pop category with what my expectations of what the album was going to be were. After I listened to it, I said, yeah, this is pop. This is pop music.
You don't think Hot
Um,
Pink was pop?
nah.
Okay, okay.
Hot Pink felt like it had pop inspirations in there, but it felt way more. I got more R&B vibes from it than I did pop music. Mm. But what's it called? Um, this felt like a lot more poppy. It felt way more poppy, and I'm not mad at it because I think that's the aesthetic that she was going for, especially with like it being Planet Her, all the alien stuff and all that. All the music videos that she released around it, it very much gave me that vibe from the jump. But what I would say is that this wasn't as good as Hot Pink for me personally. Um, and I don't know, maybe that's on me for coming into it expecting Hot Pink Part Two, but I don't know, man. It felt because it had songs I like. There's a lot of songs on here that I like a lot, but I was left wanting, if that makes sense. I was left wanting, man. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but I'm not satisfied. Mm. But what about you, man? What's your reaction to this?
I think overall conclusion is probably the exact same. Like, I'm not disappointed because I'm a fan of hers, and I think for what this product will do for her as an artist, I think is huge. I think for me and the fan of hers that I am, and the fan of her music that I am, I was left unsatisfied. But I also didn't. It's also hard for me to say unsatisfied because I don't really have expectations
Mm.
in terms of this album. Um, I think it's hard to follow up the unadulterated and unmitigated and unrivaled and unexpected success that Hot Pink was.
Mm.
I don't think whatever team or label that she had behind her at the time could have imagined the colossal reaction to say so.
Mm.
I don't think they could have imagined like they didn't because it wasn't even them. It was a fucking social media trend that took streets to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Like even rules, like it wasn't necessarily rules is a low budget video. It was the internet picking up on that video and Black Twitter being like, yo, her flow here reminds me of Nicki mixed with Kendrick that
Mm.
took rules to the moon. So I think when you're following that, it's really it's all similar to back when Bodak Yellow went crazy, right?
Okay.
And everyone was like, oh, but can Cardi do it on an album type thing?
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole must have like sent out a load of tweets or even spoke to Cardi specifically and been like, I made a lot of J. Cole references today. This is not the plan.
Yeah.
But like J. Cole like referenced that specifically said, like, look, don't focus on making the hit. Just focus on making the music that you want to make and the hit will come. Then all of a
Mm.
sudden, I like it like that. All of a sudden, like she's just got hits in the tuck non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. And I think someone may have needed to have that conversation with Doja before
Mm.
this, because this feels like, I mean, we said it. There was a moment in like whether it be her on social media or her on videos or whatever, where you saw, oh, the label has realized that they have a superstar in their hands.
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
you know what I mean? And Twitter being placed Twitter was, it was like, yeah, the moment Doja Cat started knowing how to apply a wig properly, yeah, the label started doing some shit. But with that, this also feels like a lot of music driven by a label.
Mm.
This is a woman who has a hit song where the lyrics are, "Bitch, I'm a cow.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch,
And
I'm
that's
a
a
cow.
hit.
I'm not a cat.
I don't say
I,
meow.
I go moo." Do you know what I'm saying? And that is a hit. That's what got her shine.
Mm.
She took that, she put her thing down. Some would say she flipped it, and another
Mm.
person may even say that she reversed it.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, you get rules, you get say so, you get streets, you get anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get
Yep.
juicy, you get tea and Tamara.
Mm. Mm.
You
Fam.
that isn't this, and that it feels like artist versus industry.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I think that's an interesting point. It's definitely interesting. It's not something that I even considered like that, but now that you said it, that's probably what's happened to him. And like, it feels so different. It feels so different, and that's the thing. Especially we're seeing like Doja Cat's personality away from music.
You
Like
mean
just
do you mean when she was
nope,
in
I
chat
don't.
rooms with
No,
racists
I
showing
don't. But I
feet?
don't. I don't. I don't. That didn't happen. Now it just
I mean,
listen.
it's documented.
No, I know. But in my head, for me to be a fan, I have to act like that didn't happen,
Okay.
innit? But just seeing her
How
like,
does she access those chat rooms?
I don't listen, Paul. We're not a gossip.
Like, do you have to pay a membership for that?
Yeah, this nigga Paul. Yo,
Sorry, I've thrown you off. My
at
bad.
Beverly, man.
My
Like
bad.
this
My
is
bad.
crazy.
Set the screen. Set the screen.
um, nah, yeah, just seeing her personality, like when she'll go on Instagram live and just be weird and just do weird things. Um, it makes it hard for me to say, oh yeah, this doesn't feel like Doja, but that's because this person got involved or this person got involved. It could very much just be that Doja just felt like, yeah, I'll make a weird album that sounds nothing like the last album I did.
I don't even think. Sorry to cut you off. I don't even think weird is like the right word, because conceptually it makes sense. Like, there's a lot of
Mhm.
sex talk on this album, which is natural for Doja songs. Like, if you actually listen to some of the lyrics of some of her songs, like a lot of times she's just talking about sexual shit,
Mhm.
right? And even with the aesthetic of the album, Planet Her, and like the liberation of women being sexual beings that we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years, so it fits in. So when you have a song like Woman, you have a song like Naked, you have I Don't Do Drugs, like it all
Mhm.
ties in. Like, it so there's a theme here. And again, like, it could be this was a direction topically that she wanted to go in.
Mhm.
I just feel like sonically, this seems like something which was driven by someone else. Because again, like we said it when Ariana dropped her album, and she
Mhm.
dropped a remix to one of, and she dropped her album. The only features on there were The Weeknd and Doja Cat. We're like, oh, so that's the bag that Doja Cat is in.
Mhm.
When Ariana and The Weeknd are featuring on your album, that is nuts.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? You went from Rico Nasty on
he's a
Tia and
star.
Tamara, who's a star. Rico Nasty is fucking superb. But Rico Nasty isn't The Weeknd, Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like, you went from your label forcing you to collab with Tiger,
Mhm.
which was stupid. They should have just left Doja's third verse on that. But that's who they were pitching you with. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said about Drake, like, who are you playing with? That's who they were making you play with. Now they're making you play. Not to say that's necessarily a bad thing, because I like the song The Weeknd, and to be right, I like the song with Ariana.
Mhm.
But now they're putting you in a different tax bracket, and it's like, how much is it her just naturally being in that tax bracket, wanting to be in
Mhm.
that tax bracket, and the label saying this is your tax bracket now.
Mhm. That's what I mean. Like, because when I say it's weird, I'm not even saying like the content of the music. I think the content of the music's fine, innit? I don't have any issues with that. is more so how it sounds. It doesn't sound like what I've grown accustomed to hearing from Doja. But then also saying that when you go back, if you listen to Doja's back catalog, it sounds more akin to that.
It does.
So
It does. She's an eclectic artist. Like
yeah,
she's a fucking and that's one of the things that I know made us both fans of her. Like she's a
mm.
very eclectic artist, and so she could do this. She could follow it up in a month's time and give us an album of streets. And if she did that, then we're
Oh my
talking about the
god,
greatest album of all time.
oh my god,
You know what I'm saying? Step aside, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy. You've got
flipping
competition.
hell.
But like in 2021, Doja Cat has released a song alongside Sweetie called "That's My Best Friend." You know what
Man,
I mean, that
man,
is like
she has a really deep bag, a really
when
really deep bag.
we've spoken on the podcast before, and I can't remember if we made it to air or if we cut it, but we said I remember saying this to you. Do you remember when you were listening to Hot Pink and each time the next song came on, you could hear, oh, this is going to be the hit. This is going to be a hit.
Yep,
This is going to be a hit.
fam.
I was listening to, and to me, I don't know if you've listened to Amala as well, the original, her first
Mm,
project. I felt that way about Amala as well. There were songs on there I was listening to, I was like, oh, this is a jam. This is a
mm,
song. This is a big one. I never really got that feeling on this album.
mm.
And that's where I felt like there was a disconnect from who she is as an artist compared to who someone needs her to be to keep the lights on.
Mm. You know what? Do you know what I would say about this album? I think them putting "Kiss Me More" out as the lead single may have hurt this album
Yeah.
because I can imagine if "Kiss Me More" was maybe say song 6, and you had that stretch of "Kiss Me More" into "I Don't Do Drugs," and I'd never heard "Kiss Me More" before, then man, that would have been that same impact of me hearing maybe not Streets, but me hearing what's another song off of Hot Pink that I loved?
Say so.
Me hearing Say So for the first time or Like That for the first time, it would have had that same impact. Like, oh, okay, yeah, Doja doesn't miss. But because I had already heard that, I was listening, thinking, okay, where's Doja gonna have me wheeling up a song like 4 or 5 times because I can't get over it? Like, I was really excited, and I don't think I ever really got that moment where I was like, yeah, no, Doja doesn't miss. So again, I wouldn't say I'm disappointed because I do think it's good music. I just feel like it wasn't what I was hoping for.
Thing is, it will be interesting how this whole thing is packaged
Mm,
because, like, well, one, she has a luxury that. Okay, also, this is something we forgot to mention. We got a shit ton of music this month because
way.
at least in the US, they're open now. Tours are
Mhm.
open. People are buying tickets. People are selling. So all these artists are dropping that shit, right? So they're prepping for tour. She has the immense luxury of the fact that she didn't tour Hot Pink.
Mm,
COVID hit. So she's gonna have some fucking tours with that Hot Pink thing,
wow.
right? So she didn't need to make another sort of Hot Pink type of viable album because that whole run, like Hot Pink lasted damn near 18 months
Mm.
from the time it came out to this. Like that is a long ass run for what was essentially an EP.
Fam, you can argue that Hot Pink, if she hadn't released an album, Hot Pink would still be doing what it was doing.
It'd still be doing what's doing. They could find another song. But I make that point to say, like, we said it on the podcast as well. This is a woman who every time she performed Say So, she found a new way to perform the song. Every
Mm.
time she performed Streets, she found a new way to perform the song. So these same songs could have a different identity in 3, 4 months' time if she's performing them in different ways and
Mm.
versions are being released, and that completely changes the perception of the album because it does have a real dancey feel. She could strip one of these shits back, and all of a sudden it's the most ghetto and grimy.
Yeah.
Put Alchemist over the beat, like type shit in the world.
Dojo and Alchemist
Why?
would be cold.
Why? That would be crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think everyone should be on the Alchemist beat personally.
At least one.
Just try it once.
We don't know. We'll see what happens, man.
Sir would fuck up an Alchemist beat.
Oh my goodness. I said boom, 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 boom. Cadillac.
Why you not as well?
Oh my days. All right, Paul.
Yeah.
One song that you can recommend off of this album.
You Right, Doja Cat featuring Abel.
Okay. All right, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'd have to go with Options.
Yeah. I mean, where else are we gonna go?
Hey, JID's my guy for real, man. I had to go there.
We stuck to script completely. You went with JID, I went with The Weeknd. Like, what else were we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, we weren't gonna fight over Scissor, so okay, we'll both leave it alone.
Fam, I already told you, Kiss Me More is a great song. Kiss Me More is a great song. It's a really great song. And in fairness to her, sorry to cut you off there, bro.
No,
but in all fairness to Doja Cat, Kiss Me More was a song that had to grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the same for this album where it just slowly grows on me.
Kiss Me More, pun intended, Kiss Me More hit different on this project than it did as a single.
Yeah.
No, but you see what I did that because Kiss Me was featuring Scissor.
I know. Nigga, you literally warned me.
I will say that, obviously, as his label head, I don't remember authorizing the Young Thug feature.
It was a good feature, though.
It was fine. I just don't remember authorizing it. Like, I'm so sure I was meant to have this nigga doing 2,000 shots. So when I heard this, I had to hit the back phone like, yo, who authorized the Young Thug feature?
Look at my eyes. My eyes were working together smoothly.
Sorry, though. All right, out of 10, what you got for this album?
I'll give it a 6. A 6, yeah. You?
We are on rare form today. Yeah, 6-2. 6-2. This is not going to be agree to disagree at all.
Oh my days. All right, fam, let's move on because knowing us, we can be here for 4 hours if we're not careful.